everyone, to another episode of the world's greatest news and reviews. Giving opinions about nerd stuff is our superpower. I am vengeance. I am the knight. I am Batman. Yeah.
I am T'Challa, ruler of Wakanda. But not really, I'm your boy T-Crawler.
And I'm really Captain Mao. And thank you for joining us on this special Halloween edition of the world's greatest podcast, episode 29. And yeah, your boy T-Crawler and Captain Mao are going to be flying, well, not solo because there's two of us, but Weapon 2 couldn't make it on this one, but we are the founding fathers of TWG. We are going old school TWG on this episode, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little excited. Maybe we'll actually get a podcast in under 2 hours because Kal-El's not here. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
True.
But T'Challa, what are we doing for a countdown in honor of the Halloweens?
We're going to be doing the top 5. Your top 5 iconic Halloween. You can say characters or monsters? I don't know which one.
I'll get this one. We are doing the top 5 iconic horror movie characters. So villains, whatever the hell you want it to be. Scary movie people. That's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be talking about them.
Scary movie people.
And we are clearly subject matter experts. We are big fans of the horror genre. No, we're not. So this should be kind of fun. You going to keep it on, or when are you going to switch? Oh, okay. I wasn't supposed to bring attention to it. So I don't know if you know this, but yeah, I'm clearly the Batman. So look, I even have a cape, and I'm kind of sad because it can't really be seen on the cameras, on the YouTubes.
I like your cape.
Where did Black Panther go? Where is he?
What are you talking about? Black who?
Robin. There was another man.
Holy gee, Batman!
So T-Crawler had to switch because I accidentally purchased a child-sized Black Panther mask, and the second he put it on, it was way too small.
I'm a child at heart. It's okay.
It's okay, but he's gonna stay in costume, so he's got it. Mm-hmm. All right, so that's gonna be our countdown. But first, we are gonna jump into some news. T-Crawler, do you want to start?
I have a short story, or a brief story, I guess I should say. I found out that the MCU is planning on they're looking to bring the Defenders back, and they're waiting for two. You know, Netflix basically had the contract with the Defenders with all their separate shows and the show all together. Mm-hmm. So they're waiting for the. Basically, the contracts to end for Punisher and Jessica Jones. So, with that being said, those are actually coming up really soon, and they are thinking about adding 2 new characters to the Defenders. And the 2 characters they're thinking about are Namor, Submariner, and also the Hulk. Now they're saying that they don't know if it's going to be the Mark Ruffalo Hulk, or if it's going to be, or if they're going to bring in Amadeus Cho, because Amadeus Cho Hulk is he's the Asian Hulk, and he's part of the younger Avengers and the younger, the newer generation of the superheroes. So. They're not sure on that part yet, but they do plan on bringing in 2 new characters. And I do know with Doctor Strange and the multiverse and everything, I know Namor and Hulk don't know, but from what I read, were 2 of the founding members of the Defenders. So that'll be pretty cool if they can do that.
I'm sure Weapon 2 is going to be really excited because he is a big fan of the Submariner.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, I do believe that Hulk was a founding member. Haven't read a whole lot of Defenders. That's cool. I'm down for the show to come back, and I like that they're keeping the original cast or waiting until they get the rights back to do that.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think we'd all agree we want Bernthal as Punisher. We want Charlie Cox as Daredevil. We want Jessica Jones. What was her name? Christina Ritter? Is that what it?
Yeah,
that's it. Nailed it. And even the dude who played Luke Cage. Like they're all great. I mean, we have our issues with some of their respective seasons of their shows, but we like them as the characters, and we want a little bit of continuity. And again, hypothetically, whatever they do with the multiverse will open the door to allowing us to see these characters again. So I'm on board. This is dope. As long as we keep like Daredevil, because Daredevil is such a good show. If we can keep that continuity, like
that guy was spot on with that Daredevil. It was awesome just to see it all play out the right way. So yeah, I mean, I'm excited for it. I can't wait. I mean, they have a lot of plans, and I just can't wait for it all to come out and start up. So
Nice. So let's keep it with Marvel news. It was announced today, as a matter of fact, that Oscar Isaac is going to be playing Moon Knight. Now, I am really excited for this. So I don't know a whole lot about the character Moon Knight, except for what I've researched and what Weapon 2 has told me. He's big into the character Moon Knight, but it sounds like a cool character, something that'll be totally up my alley. So I was excited to watch this show anyway. But then you cast what I think is one of the best actors out there right now. He is phenomenal, and I just got instantly an order of magnitude more excited for this. What about you?
I don't know. I mean, yeah, he's a great actor. Don't get me wrong. I think he's gonna do awesome with this character. I was honestly, and I think it was just speculation and or rumor that Stephen Amell was they were looking at him to play Moon Knight since Arrow's finished, and you know, I think I would have been. I was actually kind of excited for that, even though there was no real truth behind it from the things I were reading. It was like I said, a lot of hearsay, rumor, speculation type stuff. But to hear that a person is actually they actually have somebody cast for that part makes it more. It's like it's actually happening. So,
makes it real.
Yeah. So that part I am excited for, and I think the thing that leaves a bad taste in my mouth, and it's not Oscar Isaacson, right?
Oscar Isaacs.
It's not his fault. It's just he played Apocalypse. And
X-Men, he did. Yeah, I get it.
And it wasn't his fault.
He did the best he could.
He did the best he could with what was written for him.
Have you seen Ex Machina?
Yes, yeah, he was great.
He is fantastic in Ex Machina.
Yeah, I know he's a great actor. That's what I'm saying. I just that Apocalypse that movie.
That's
just
shitty writing. That was shitty writing.
So let's see what happens. I think, like I said, he's a great actor. I think he's gonna do awesome. So I'm just waiting to see what happens with it.
Nice. Yeah, I think it's gonna be fantastic. But let's move on to one of your favorite movie franchises. It's finally gonna die. It's finally gonna suffer the true death. I hope. I don't know. Maybe it's gonna continue in spin-offs.
What, Transformers?
God, that'll never stop. That'll keep going just to spite me. It'll never stop. Fucking Michael Bay. No. So the Fast and Furious. It's a lot of S's. It was announced that's going to end with, 10 and 11? Is that where the fuck we're at now?
I guess, man.
Yeah.
They get so many sequels.
Yeah, 9's coming out, 10 and 11. And I think it's going to be like some big epic two-parter or whatever. So
they're probably going to be in space or something.
Sure. No, so sure, it's ending, and like I guess I should care, but I don't. Here's the thing. Okay, I'm going to be totally honest about these movies. They're always better than they have any right to be. They are entertaining. If you just turn your brain off and acknowledge the fact that it's going to be over-the-top, ridiculous action, and it's going to be the Vin Diesel show, you can have fun. Yeah. But I just think it got their formula that was really fun for like 3 or 4 movies there got really repetitive, and I'm kind of over it, and I feel like a lot of people are burnt out on the franchise.
Yeah, it's one of those movies. It's funny. My wife and I would go see them. It's just like every time they come out, we go see them. She loves them. I like him also, but I always go with this thought in the back of my head, like, okay, where else can they go with this franchise? Yeah. How is this going to be entertaining? Is this going to be the movie where they finally fall off and I'm like bored? And then I'm watching it and I'm like, I find myself like, I don't know, I like smile when I watch movies that I like certain parts or whatever. Like, there's always something in there that makes it really entertaining to where I'm like, oh wow, they did it again. It's obviously physics isn't a part of this world.
Yeah, they said fuck you to physics like 5 movies ago
or anything else, but it just makes it entertaining to where you kind of like a lot of movies. If it gets me away from thinking about the real world and what's going on out there, and it draws me in, it's entertaining, it's explosive stuff like that, then I enjoy it. So yes, I do enjoy them, and I have enjoyed them, even though, like I said, in the back of my mind, I'm always like, where are they gonna fall off? Where are they gonna just drop and it's not gonna be entertaining anymore? But so far they've done okay, and I think they should end it. It's a lot of movies. I don't even remember what number they're
on. So 8, and then we had the Hobbs and Shaw spinoff. But I will give it this, like, they haven't dropped hard in quality. Like, even 8 is still a watchable, ridiculous movie.
Right? Yeah.
It's just, I'm burnt out from this formula. And if they fucking would reel back Vin Diesel just a little bit, like, it's just the Mumble Growl show, and it's like, Yeah, I thought that's why I think I enjoyed Hobbs and Shaw, just because he wasn't in it. And it's like, I don't hate Vin Diesel, but if I have to hear him do a fucking growly monologue about family one more fucking time, like, I'm gonna be like, dude, I get it.
I'm always something.
No, you're always
thumping.
There's always something.
There's always something.
That's good shit. So yeah, I hope, but I do hope, because I still hold that the first Fast and Furious movie is fantastic. It is utterly watchable.
Yeah.
I think up through like 5, I think, is the best one. I think 7's really good. Like, there's some really good movies in there. So I do want the franchise to go out on a high note. I would like it to end strong. I don't know how the hell they're going to end it, but yeah.
If they would have ended it with Paul Walker when he like his accident that happened.
7, yeah. That was the last
if they
one.
would have ended it right there, I mean, that would have been awesome.
They had
that
closure points.
Yeah,
but the problem is that movie made $1.4 billion worldwide.
Right.
So
yeah, it's
1.5. It made $1.5 billion worldwide. I just corrected myself in my head. So yeah, that's some Avengers money, if you don't know. So yeah, of course they're gonna keep going. But all right, let's move to my universe, the DC universe. And it was announced, and I think this surprised some people, and I'm not gonna lie, it surprised me. But we all know there's a Snyder Cut coming. You might have heard of it.
Right,
There might be some rumblings out there on the internets.
Yeah, lots of rumblings.
Apparently, Jared Leto is reprising his role as the Joker.
What?
God, the dastardly
Holy Willikers,
crown
man.
prince of crime just keeps coming back. Here, so, all right, this makes sense to me because the Justice League exists in the same universe as Jared Leto's Joker, right? The DCEU,
right?
So I think this is cool. I feel like he wasn't given a fair shake in the Suicide Squad. Apparently, like, there was so much of his footage cut out of that movie because that movie was a clusterfuck of editing and, like, you know, studio control. Yeah. So I'm willing to see why his Joker didn't quite do it for me. I get what they were going for, right. And I think talk about great fucking actors. He is phenomenal. So I think, under the right circumstances, he would be a great Joker.
Yeah,
right?
I think, yeah.
But here's my question to you, T-Sizzle, is do you think it's going to be like a decent sized role, or do you think it's just going to be some quick like a cameo? Do you think it's just going to be at a few little parts? Like, because I don't think they're rewriting this movie as much as people think.
I think it being Jared Leto, I don't think it's going to be a small, like, just quick cameo. It's going to be something more than that. I mean, it's because Joker's too much. He's an important character, and he's too important for them to just be like, oh, hey, there's Joker, and then bye. Like, yeah, it's gonna be something. But I feel like the overall plot of this miniseries movie has to be kind of the same as what the Justice League was, right? It seems like it's going to be the same with some differences here or there. So I don't know if, like, Jared Leto's Joker is going to affect the overall, like, the main plot, right,
all that much.
No, I don't think so.
So that's what I'm saying is, then how do you work him in there? And then I heard a rumor, this is just a rumor, that Margot Robbie might be coming back as Harley Quinn.
So maybe they're in the same scene?
Maybe. So I would think maybe we are going to get a Batman interrogating Joker or finding the Joker scene, which if you give me, like, just a few minutes of Batman beating the shit out of him and getting information out of him, I'm on board with that. That is some of the best scenes in comics, is Batman just beating the shit out of the Joker and getting info. But it feels like a little bit of a waste if you're going to bring it back for that.
Yeah. That's why I think I'm kind of on the fence. From what you were just saying, I think maybe it will be a small role with him and Harley Quinn, and maybe a flashback or something dealing with Batman and showing, like, what he's been doing or what he's done so far or whatever. I don't know. But like you said, it's going to be a waste to just have him in such a short, real small cameo like that. I don't know. So
but it might be a way to. So I feel like a lot of people.
But you don't want to do too much.
No, and I feel like a lot of people, when you mention Jared Leto's Joker, get a sour taste in their mouth because they didn't quite like him in Suicide Squad, and I think it's mostly just because that movie had its own issues.
Right.
But then, Joaquin Phoenix knocks it out the park with his portrayal of the Joker.
Right.
I think what this might do, and I would be on board with this, even if it is a small scene and it just gives us a little bit of him, if we can get the kind of version of that character that I think he's capable of doing, even if it's just a 10-minute scene, that might open up the door of positive reception and allow them to then put him in future movies and get people excited for that.
Okay, yeah.
Like, what if he has a 10-minute scene with Ben Affleck and they fucking kill it and their chemistry's on point and it's kind of everything we've wanted? All of a sudden you're going to be like, hey, fucking more.
Yeah,
right?
right, exactly.
So maybe that's the end goal. And also, we don't know if Margot Robbie's gonna be in this, but I kind of hope so, because I feel like we skipped the Harley Joker relationship and just jumped to her doing her own thing, which I get it. Like, that's great, and that's we want to get there. But I do need to see them together, at least in flashbacks. So.
Yeah, that's true. But in the Suicide Squad movie, their relationship wasn't really. I don't think it was portrayed the correct way. I wasn't portrayed the right way. That was. I don't think that's how the relationship is actually, like, in the comics and even in the animated series. Anything you don't see. It's just the way they portrayed it.
I get what they were going for, and that Joker was like obsessively pursuing what he considered his property. And so if you look at it through that lens, I get it, but I don't think it came off that way at all.
No, I didn't.
So, because half the time Harley gets caught and Joker doesn't give a fuck.
Right.
So it's on her to get out and come back to him.
Yeah, he's leaving her to get caught by the cops or by Batman. Like, he doesn't care. He's, so. But in the Suicide Squad, he cared. I think he cared too much. It just showed that he cared too much. Like, it's, I don't know.
I get, but I feel like if we would have had more scenes to maybe explore it a little bit more, there might have been some backstory there or some reasons behind it. But you're right. I get how it didn't come off as authentic to them, but that's why I want to see more. I want to see more of that relationship. I want to see it explored a little bit more. But I'm on board for him coming back. I just hope, regardless of the amount of screen time he has, that it's like impactful time in the movie. That, like, you're gonna walk away from that movie amongst all the other things actually talking about his performance. That's what I want.
That would be awesome.
All right, so staying within the greater DC world, new photos of Batwoman came out with the actress. I do not know how to say her name. It's right there. Have at it, sir.
Which one?
Bam. Don't look at my list.
Javicia? I'm gonna go Javicia Leslie. I don't know. It's hard to say. I don't know.
It's a very difficult name. I'll put it up though. But so she got announced.
Leslie.
She was gonna be replacing Ruby Rose as Batwoman, because Ruby Rose was leaving the show. And then images showed up with her as the Batwoman, and totally honest, it's the same fucking costume pretty much. Like, it just looks the same.
Yeah, I was reading on it some, and they were saying that she's gonna have her own. Like, it's gonna start with the old costume, and then she's gonna make it her own thing, which is like, okay, whatever. Like,
it looks exactly the same.
It sucks when this type of thing happens.
When an actor or actress leaves the show.
Yeah, and Ruby Rose, she had her share of issues with mental health and everything else, and okay, that's fine. Do what you need to do to be healthy. I understand that, but like, do we? I don't know the route they went. I can't say too much because is Berlanti, and usually when he's involved in things, it turns out right. So I just want to see how it plays out, how they introduce her as the new Batwoman and everything else. So wait, when it comes out, I'm gonna watch it and we'll see, and I'll come back to you guys and let you know what I think about it then. I can't really comment on it too much.
Yeah, I didn't watch Batgirl. I'm not super big on that character, and the show, like, what I saw from her in the crossovers and stuff, like she did a fine job.
I think the show was actually turned out okay. I think it was actually pretty good going into the Berlanti verse with everything that they had going on.
Sure, so it made sense within their universe.
Right.
Okay, yeah. And that's cool. I still hold to my original point that I'm a huge fan of Barbara Gordon's Batgirl, and that's what I wanted, and so I didn't have a whole lot of interest in this character, on top of the fact that it was a very saturated Arrowverse, and I started falling off anyway. But a lot of people on the internet aren't happy with this, but it's like, well, you're not going to be happy with whatever they decide to do because the actress is leaving.
Right.
So they're going to cancel the show. They're going to recast the character, which would probably piss off more people, or go the route that they're doing and just replace the character.
It's honestly almost similar to what people are going to start complaining or commenting when they finally decide what they're going to do with Black Panther 2. I mean, you're not going to make everybody happy. No. They're going to have to make a decision, and they're going to go with their decision.
I think with that, the general consensus is don't recast the character.
Right.
Just give the mantle to someone else. The obvious answer,
depending on who they give it to, not everybody's going to be happy.
No.
So,
very true. But I mean, they're going to do what they have to do, you know?
Right.
So, we'll see how this plays out. But that's all I got for the news, sir. You got anything else?
Let's see. No, I don't have anything else for the news that I've seen. I think.
Real quick. There were some images of the Jason Todd Red Hood costume for Titans that came out.
Oh yeah, I just saw that too. That's right.
So I'll put them up. But the problem, like, it's essentially artwork. It doesn't really It's not him in the costume, but it shows what it looks like, and it just looks like a fucking picture of the Red Hood.
But for Jason Todd to turn over to the Red Hood would be...
But my issue already? Like, already?
It's pretty quick, yeah.
Like, he needs to, spoilers, die first and be dead for a little bit and then come back. Like, it looks like he's just going to change his... I mean, I don't know what maybe they're going to kill him.
Who knows?
But it looks great. It looks comic book accurate. And, I mean, the Titans really killed it on the costumes because, like, the Robin costume is something that... looks kind of hokey in real life, but they made it look good.
They did make it look pretty good.
Nightwing looked fucking amazing. All of them, even like Hawk and Dove look good. Like they all look really good.
They could probably do a one of those time lapse. You know, when they start the new season, like so much time has passed or whatever, and maybe he was dead. We don't know.
They could do
a lot
that.
of flashbacks, episodes. You know,
my only thing is in terms of costumes, Donna Troy's Wonder Woman should have been black, not red. The costume, it looked weird red. I mean, if I'm arguing for shit I didn't like, how the hell did she die like that in season 2? What the hell? Dove looks great.
Oh, yeah.
Now I think we're done with the news, and we will move on to our top 5 countdown. All right, TCZ. You want to start or do you want me to start?
No, you're going to start.
I'm going to start.
Yeah,
Why am I going to start?
Because you're Batman.
I am Batman. I will go first. How do you talk like that the whole time? Oh, boy. All right.
Really?
All right, so we're doing top 5 iconic horror movie villains. And just so you guys know, like, I thought about this a lot, and I actually went through and I looked at all, like, the iconic horror movie. Because, like, there's the cliche ones that pop in your head right away, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't pick a lot of those because I wanted to make this true to myself and do characters that I actually did like, that actually stood out to me and that resonated with me, even though I'm not a big fan of the horror genre. But these are the characters that I actually thought were done very well and or freaked me out as a kid. Okay. So I have like one really big one that you might think, but all right, you ready?
Yep.
All right. Number 5, Patrick Bateman, aka American Psycho. So, first of all, I love that movie. I don't know what that says about me as a person, but I think that movie is hilarious. That said, it's not a funny haha movie.
It's not a comedy.
It is not a comedy. That is a horrible movie. Also, like, I read the book later. Book is way more fucked up than the movie. Oh my god, they toned the movie down. Which is really saying something. That said, the reason I like this character so much is I love Christian Bale's performance. And I had like I would call it a luxury of, because I read the book after the fact.
Okay.
I just pictured Christian Bale the whole time.
Right, yeah.
So like that worked for me. And I know a lot of people like to read the books before a movie comes out because then you could envision the character however you want.
Right.
But I just love that performance so much. It was all of a sudden... It was like the performance I liked, but with like extra scenes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I love that guy. I love everything about him. I love that he plays the psychopath perfectly. The cold, like dead, like no emotions, no feelings. The scene with the 2 prostitutes when he's like flexing, looking at himself in the mirror is the funniest thing in the world.
Classic scene.
When he's like dangling the chainsaw, I love everything about that. Like he's horrifying and methodical and smart, and like he has a dead look in his eyes, like he's gonna murder you. This is one of the movies that I watched when I found out that Christian Bale was cast as Batman. I wanted to see more of his work.
Okay.
And instantly, like, yeah, I love this movie. It's fantastic. And I think he is an iconic character. And even if you remember the series Dexter, when he would like be going and like looking for things and items or whatever, and he would have to use aliases, he would famously use aliases of serial killers in fiction. And one of the names he used several times was Patrick Bateman.
Oh, really?
Yeah. If you go back and watch it, he signs like things like when he's checking out stuff as Patrick Bateman quite a bit. So yeah, Patrick Bateman, my number 5.
All right. Let's see. My list is going to be, I don't know. I kept thinking about it, and I just kept having the same ones pop in my head. But again, these are, I guess, the same.
Swear to God, if you say in no particular order. Why didn't you show up? Why didn't you show up as a police officer for Halloween? Because that's a fucking cop-out is what that is.
That almost came out of my mouth.
I could feel it coming. I could feel it.
Because you're the greatest detective.
I know. I'm the world's greatest detective. And I did not lose the SD card for about 10 minutes before realizing it was in the recorder. I'm so smart.
But that's not my line. That's weapons 2 thing. So I didn't want to use that. But you know, I thought about these characters over and over, and I kept getting the same ones in my head. These are kind of like what you said. These are the ones that really like I liked them the most, and I liked the way they were portrayed in certain movies. My my number 5 is going to be I like Jason Voorhees.
Nice.
From Friday the 13th series. Everybody knows Jason, hockey mask guy. You know, as a kid, he drowned in Crystal Lake, and you know he comes back, and this guy, no matter how fast you run, he walks and he catches up to you, and he just butchers people through the movies. So, Jason, for me, like when I was younger, I used to, you know, that was an easy costume. I mean, you just put on a hockey mask and you know put on some clothes that are the same color, or if you have coveralls, put those on and just walk around and don't say anything. You didn't have to speak. You didn't have to say anything. You're Jason, you know?
Well, and you want to talk about iconic. Like, you can walk up to, I think, anybody and be like, hey, who's this?
Yeah.
Or however the hell he does it.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, oh, it's fucking Jason. Like...
So yeah, I just one of those characters. I like some of the movies I really like him in though. Were like actually liked Jason versus Freddy. That was a good movie to see Jason Voorhees in. And then one of the movies I didn't really like him in was like Jason in Space. Like that was kind of retarded to me.
It was called Jason X, sir.
Whatever, but who was in space, right?
He was in space.
Okay,
he got an upgrade.
I didn't like that one. But even this iconic character for me is like he's even scary and like in the video games. There's a video game with Friday the 13th, and you play it online, and one person ends up being Jason, and everybody...
I saw this. That looks like a really cool one.
Dude, I kept playing it, and I was cowering in the freaking cabin like a little bitch. I couldn't.
So sorry, I totally cut you off. So like it's a multiplayer game, right? There's like 6 people on a map, and it's Crystal Lake, and there's like a bunch of different maps in Crystal Lake. One player's Jason, and the rest are just like camp freaking people, and you just got to survive. Like you can't get, you can try to fight them, you can try to whatever the hell. Right. And I'm like, what an interesting idea for a game.
Yeah, you go through the cabin and you look for weapons or whatever you can use. And you're trying to be the last one standing out of all the other campers, and you could actually hear things in the background, like as you're playing, which makes you scared, and you don't want to move, you don't want to leave in your hiding place. But then if the music's going, and it makes you feel like you're inside the horror movie, which is really cool how they do that with some of these games. I remember back when before they had the game, they actually did this. With Call of Duty a while back, they had a mod for Call of Duty, and they would have then it was like a Michael Myers or Jason Voorhees, depending who you play with. That's what they call it. And you had like 3 guys running around. They only had like a certain type of weapon, and they had to run away from the guy that was the Jason, you know. And he would walk extra faster than a normal character, you know. And it was fun back then, also. But this actual Friday the 13th movie was. Our game is actually really it got me scared. Like I tried to play a couple rounds, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm done. I can't play this anymore." I couldn't do it because it got me. It gave me chills.
Well, then win for the developers, because I feel like that's exactly what they're
going for. Yeah, exactly. It's like, I can't move from this spot. I'm gonna get killed. I'm just gonna quit right now.
Nice. Yeah, I need to try
that's
that
my
game.
number 5, Jason Voorhees.
Good pick. All right, mine is Pennywise the Clown.
Nice.
2 reasons for this. One, the original miniseries on TV came out in the 90s, I believe it was. I'm sure that doesn't hold up now, but at the time, I remember that being creepy as fuck.
Yeah.
And the dude who played him, I forget his name, they did a good job for like what
the newer one.
Yeah,
Skarsgård is his last name.
Skarsgård,
I can't remember his first name, but he's one of the Skarsgård brothers.
But then in the remakes, which were both good movies, although the second one's about a half hour too long. The first one specifically is a really good movie, and Pennywise in that is, I think, perfect. Because he is genuinely scary and horrifying, but like out of nowhere has this amazing comedic moment that's still like horrifying, but just fun. Like when he's dancing and shit, like, you know what I mean? It's just like, oh, what the hell is happening? So like the blend of like the horror and the comedy, I think worked very well, and I think it was a very good portrayal of this demon thing. I hold that the first one's a much better movie than the second one, but the second one's still utterly watchable. But yeah, Pennywise is my number 2.
That was
my number 4.
Actually, mine too. So it's
your number 4?
Yeah. Number 4, Pennywise.
Why do you like Pennywise?
That's right, Georgie. We all float down here. It's like
you'll float too.
Do you like popcorn, Georgie? Just the creepy voice. Honestly, I have been. I don't know why I'm waiting. I still haven't watched part 2.
You haven't watched part 2 yet?
No, I have not. I have it, and I haven't watched it.
I just find horror movies boring. You really don't like horror movies.
I don't. You're
a little bit of a bitch.
Actually, yeah. I really do. So I'll watch slasher movies, so I don't know why I'm waiting so much for this one, but I'm just waiting. I don't know why I'm waiting. Whatever. I haven't watched it yet. I watched the first one a couple times. I watched the original one. It didn't. But I like slasher movies. So, the other stuff like Conjuring and all the spiritual stuff, I can't watch that stuff. This stuff creeps me the fuck out, and I can't do it. But yeah, just the clown. You know, a lot of people have. There's people that are deathly afraid of clowns, and it just cracks me up because the clown to me is not really scary. Even knowing and seeing it is just not scary.
You say that, but do you remember a couple years ago when people like randomly on the streets were dressing up as creepy ass looking clowns and just like accosting people?
Yeah, I guess that was scary to just see somebody.
I'm just saying,
there
you're walking down the street in the middle of the night, walking in your car, and you see a fucking clown there coming at you. I mean, I'm gonna shoot the clown clearly, but that's not creepy. There is a certain level of creepy with that,
That's
sir.
True. I mean, that is creepy. Okay, it is creepy, but I don't have a fear of clowns.
Yeah, no, I'm not scared of
clowns.
clowns.
There's some people that you see a picture of a clown, they don't like it. It creeps them out. You mention clowns, they get creeped out, kind of like with spiders or any other phobia. But yeah, but them standing around somebody dressed up as a clown just standing there is kind of freaky. It's like, okay, what's this crazy dude doing? Like,
yeah, you're doing nothing good at midnight standing on a fucking street corner. So,
and then holding balloons.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's creepy. Yeah. Okay, I'm good.
Freaking yourself out over that. By the way, I don't know how one would fight crime in these things because it's like starting to bug me. Yeah, I don't know about you.
Yeah,
I feel like I can see it squeezing your eyes.
Yeah, like I feel like my eyes are popping out of this thing. Like I feel like a fucking Garfield character. Like fucking my eyes are like coming out. Like Total Recall when you're like, their fucking eyes are popping out. I'm taking mine off. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, start the reactor. What are you doing?
I'm out of character, bro. My eyes.
I'm going to suffer for you, our viewers. Shit. What am I doing here? Number 3. You ready?
Fine. God damn it. You made me feel
see
bad.
this? Yeah, that's right. Feel bad. Feel the judgment. Where'd Robin go? Where was he? I don't see him anywhere.
Right here.
There you are. There was another man. All right. My number 3.
Okay, number three.
The fucking shark from Jaws.
Really?
Yes. Because, one, the first Jaws was scary as shit. That was a legit horror movie. And I want to say, so Spielberg's a genius because you're just like, hey, I need a fucking scary horror, like, monster. What is more terrifying than, like, a great white shark?
Right.
That's, like, Earth's oldest super predator. And scientists actually came out with a recent study that said every single person in the world has had at least one dream where they've been eaten by a shark. That's clearly a lie, but I bet a lot of people have. Sharks are scary. You tell me you're in the water and a freaking 25-foot great white shark comes at you. It's not going to scare the shit out of you.
Yeah,
especially in that movie, the way it's like toppling over the boat. And like the thing that was so terrifying in that movie is that they hardly showed it.
Right.
That is a great example of an old school horror movie building up tension.
Yeah.
And like the tone of the scene and just like crescendo to it. And then they had a 25-foot fucking mechanical shark. And then when they showed it, you lose your shit. But yeah. Great movie, classic movie. Like that was the return of the blockbuster, I believe, back in the day. That was Spielberg's return, and so yeah, fucking shark from Jaws is my number 3.
That's interesting. That's a good one.
Try to go different.
That's a good one because it's. Yeah.
Because anyway, it's a monster. Think of it. So if you've never heard of a shark before, and you're in the water, and you see that thing coming at you, what is that? That's a monster.
It doesn't even have to be a great white.
No, fucking bull shark comes at you.
They're predators, and you're in their habitat.
And you're in their habitat, and they are the most perfect. They haven't evolved in hundreds of millions of years because they are perfect murder machines.
Right. It's scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Science.
Oh, jeez. Okay, so we're number 3.
Number 3.
My number 3 is the werewolf, and
from what movie?
It's just the werewolf in general, but not Teen Wolf, not Michael J. Fox's Teen Wolf, not the corny looking. I'm talking about the werewolf, like American Werewolf in London.
There you go. I was about to throw it out there. I was going to let you get there. Good job.
Because it was. When you're younger, like it's so funny. Like you don't think of like all the things that go with being like, if you're wanting to be a character in real life, you just want to be like this thing that turns into this big powerful monster that everybody's scared of. So yeah, so for the first time seeing American Werewolf in London and seeing this guy transform into the werewolf, like, I wanted to be this big scary freaking looking monster that everybody ran from. It's just because of the power that was there and the fear that it gives people. But there has been a lot of, obviously everybody knows there's been a lot of different type of werewolf movies, and just the overall thing about the full moon, the curse of the being, of the werewolf, and if you're bitten by a werewolf, then you start turning into a werewolf, and the silver bullets and all that good stuff. Like, it's just a major iconic monster for me, especially for Halloween. And it's portrayed in so many different ways. That's why I like it. And again, there were like cornier versions of it, like the Teen Wolf, with Michael J. Fox, and how his thing was hereditary. He got it from his father was a werewolf, and now he's a werewolf. And he's trying to be a kid and become blah blah blah, trying to get used to his powers. But American Werewolf in London was my favorite, and seeing this guy for the first time, seeing the makeup and the effects that they used for the transformation of this guy turning into a werewolf in this movie was phenomenal for the time that it came out.
Yeah, so if you haven't seen that transformation scene, you should just go watch that now, because the thing that sticks, I don't remember much about that movie, but what actually sticks in my head is that transformation scene. Because so maybe other werewolf movies did it beforehand, but that was the first time I remember it looking painful. Like, the dude is on the floor in agony, and I remember vividly, like, his skin splitting open, and the freaking fur and his teeth falling out and shit.
It looked painful.
Oh my god, it looked so
like you said,
vicious.
he was in agony, and he was a huge werewolf. It wasn't like
he wasn't like he was like a monster wolf.
Right.
Yeah.
And I love that about him. Another corny one actually was Michael Jackson in Thriller. Because part of it was,
but that actually looks pretty deep. The effects that changed look pretty good. His eyes were pretty. He looks scary.
I like the eyes, the little context they used.
And I think an underrated one's American Werewolf in Paris, the spinoff.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Not as good. Like, it's not hailed as good as the original, but I remember watching that one a lot as a kid, and that's when they did CGI for the transformation. So, ironically, it doesn't hold up as well, because that was like 97, so CGI from then doesn't typically look as good.
Which is crazy because it's newer.
Right. But I remember the movie being really good, and like they had the transformation, like when he turns for the first time in the cemetery, to the song from Bush. What's the name of it? Well, I can't remember the name of it, but it was like a really good song that worked very well for the movie. It was fantastic. So
yeah, there's like I said, there's so many iconic movies and different, like back in the day there's a couple movies called The Howling, and there was
I remember those.
Yeah,
those were
there was
scary.
a bunch of different movies for those were scary. And then you get the werewolves, or where they called the lichens.
Mouth by Bush, great song.
By Bush.
I had to know.
And Underworld, they're called
the lichens. Those are dope.
So that was a good portrayal of the werewolf.
I feel like in like movies and media like that, you get one of two things. You either they turn into a normal wolf, which would still be super cool,
right,
or a monstrous version of a wolf.
Right. One movie that was good where they turned to a regular wolf was the one with Jack Nicholson. Wolf, yeah. I was gonna say I don't remember the name of it, but yeah, it was Wolf. That's right.
That was just a good movie
really
anyway.
simple.
That was a really good movie.
I mean, Jack Nicholson, of course,
Yeah.
but yeah. So the werewolf is my number 3.
Yeah, no, for real. That was an iconic horror movie villain. All right, my number 2, the xenomorph from Aliens, all that kind of stuff.
All right.
And so the first Alien obviously is a straight up horror movie, right?
Yep.
After that, it's an Aliens. The sequel is it's more of an action movie, but still very, very good. Mm-hmm. These I kind of look at the way you look at Terminator 1 and Terminator 2. One's kind of horror, one's straight up action, but they're both very, very good.
Right.
After that, it kind of gets
Batman.
My face is all red. He's coming right back. Ha. Justice.
Batman, there you are.
Back. After that, they kind of just get dumb action and all that. But the consistent thing that stays super awesome is the xenomorph, because that is just an incredibly horrifying design. Like, it looks scary as shit. All the scenes when it gets up close and like the second mouth comes out and it's just dripping the freaking water.
Yeah.
Scenes of them like just coming up on the hallways, like upside down, just like coming at you. And like what's horrifying is like, yeah, they look like murder machines, but then they move so much faster than they have any right to be.
Man.
Then you see the queen and it's fucking gigantic. And even in like the Alien versus Predator movies, like watching predators fight with them and struggle with them, like no matter what, they stayed horrifying looking.
Dude, the thing that's scary is when they from what they start from, like the spider with the tail that suctions itself to your face and lays eggs in your throat. I mean, there's camel spiders in the desert that look like these type of things, and it's really, that's scary in itself. Those guys that are deployed in the desert and those guys that have to like see these things, I'm like, that's the first thing I would think of. Like, I'm covering my mouth.
And then these things are like born by exploding out of your freaking chest.
Yeah, and their blood is acid. I mean, the creation of that particular monster was like
stroke of genius.
Yeah,
brilliant freaking idea.
That was awesome.
And like you show that to anybody, and like they might not know that it's called the xenomorph, but they'd just be like aliens.
Yep.
Like they would immediately know what that is. And so to me, it's the definition of iconic, like because it stays creepy as shit. So
that's a good one.
Yeah, that is my number 2.
I like that one. All right. So my number 2.
This mask really hurts now.
Starting to get on my nerves.
It's starting to bother me. Jeez. Go ahead. I hope we wrap this up soon.
This particular iconic character for me, it wouldn't have made my list if it wasn't for I believe it was Rob Zombie that remade this. It was Leatherface. Leatherface and Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And it's just, dude, it's really freaky. It's one of those, you know, when you go out to this, what is it, like the small town where in Texas? And the sheriff is not, you know, the law enforcement's not even, they're not going to help you because they're kind of in on what's going on and stuff like that. Like, that character just in itself, and I don't think he said anything. There was no words. He's like kind of like a Jason Voorhees. It's just those kind of characters for me are really just really scary. The old Leatherface, although there's several movies with them, I just thought the remake that was done really well, and it made it it was creepier for me when I saw it this time around, and I can't add much to it. It's just the guy was freaking running around with skin sewed together for a face and a chainsaw. It's just pretty creepy. So
I agree, and I'll build on your point that Rob Zombie knows how to make a fucked up movie. Because one, his original movies that he's made are really messed up.
Oh man, I know.
But I think his Halloween remake is fantastic. Like that portrayal of Mike Myers, I think is better than any other version we've ever seen. And literally, I'm not a huge Halloween fan. Like they do nothing for me except for the Rob Zombie ones. They are so freaking good because he knows how to tell a good freaking story.
Yeah.
So same thing with Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I did see his version and I was like, holy crap, this is great. And then I saw the remake of the remake of the remake that they made without him, and it was not good at all. So it was actually called Leatherface or something like that.
I think so, yeah.
So again, pretty bad. But this goes to show that like no matter how good a character is, it needs to be in the right hands that could accurately portray it.
Exactly.
So, yep. Good number 2. All right. My number 1. Freddy Krueger. Now, I actually kind of love Freddy Krueger because why is this funny?
Nothing. Go ahead.
He's awesome. Because he talks so much shit. So, like in the first couple movies, he's not that great because he's just a straight up slasher. I'm going to murder you in your sleep. Which, by the way, the concept of I can't fall asleep because he's going to fucking murder me brutally in my sleep.
Pretty creepy.
It's creepy as shit. Yeah. The first movie has so many iconic horror moments that have resonated through cinema and been emulated and like reproduced over and over and over.
Right.
But I think it was right around the 3rd or 4th movie where they realized, okay, this is getting kind of stale. How about we just have him talk shit the entire time? And then all of a sudden he starts throwing out the one-liners and the sexual innuendos and all these kind of things. And I remember vividly laughing my ass off and kind of rooting for the guy to murder people. And I'm like, well, that's not good. I don't know what this says about me as a person. But I've always thought he was super iconic, and I've always thought his look is really cool. He's scary as shit because he's just burnt up, The glove with the freaking the daggers on it, like, is a super iconic. Everything about that character, you show that character to anybody, they know who it is. I even think the remake with Jackie Earle Haley was pretty good. It was a little bit more earnest, like he didn't talk shit at all, but I think he did a good job also. But Robert Englund is freaking Freddy Krueger, and as evidence of the fact, Freddy versus Jason, why was that movie entertaining? Because Freddy Krueger was talking shit the whole time.
Yeah, exactly.
Fun fact, I don't know if you know this, that movie was originally going to be Jason versus Michael Myers, but they couldn't have the two characters, both of them not talk at all.
Yeah.
So then they put Freddy Krueger in there, and then he's the one who just makes that entire movie. So, yeah. Freddy Krueger, I believe, is the most iconic horror villain of all time, and he's my number one.
Yeah, I mean that's another character that everybody wanted to be for Halloween. I know when I was younger, I wanted to. You had the striped sweatshirt, the hat, the glove, you know, and either the mask that you could buy the rubber mask, or you put the makeup on. And it wasn't until the remake and the story behind it that I really thought about the character.
Oh no, he's fucked up, dude.
And
like, it's horrible. It's horrible. He's a child murderer.
Yeah, I was like, I wanted to dress up as a... Yeah, I don't. It's like a child.
Yeah, and the only reason he's a child murderer is because he was going to be a child something else, and the studio was like, "Fuck no!" So they made him a child murderer.
I don't want to. Yeah. So, but no, that was going to be. Are you you're done with your number?
Yeah, dude. What's your number?
So
one?
that was going to be my number one, but I went with, and that's why I didn't say much when you said Rob Zombie's Michael Myers Halloween, because Michael Myers is my number one.
Nice. Okay.
Like I love the music from Michael Myers. Yeah, that's like my iconic Halloween music. I usually change my ringtone to that song, like things like that. Like Michael Myers is another character, doesn't say much, has the freaking mask that is supposed to be William Shatner mask. And like,
is that what that's supposed to be?
It's supposed to be the original, like the kid dressed up as William Shatner, and he's, you know, when he stabbed his stepdad a bunch of times in the chair.
And so that Rob Zombie movie, that kid, that whole oh my god.
So the backstory, that's what I loved about Rob Zombie's version, the backstory and how he got into the whole thing of the kid and the psyche of the kid and his, like, just the way the kid was. And then it went over to him in the mental hospital and his relationship with Dr. Loomis, because in the original, you know that Dr. Loomis has a special relationship with Michael Myers because they mention it. They mention that he was his doctor while he was in a mental hospital. In Rob Zombie's version, you actually see him and him dealing with Michael Myers as a child, and the things that Michael would do as a child. You even have the Hispanic guy that plays in like Machete. I can't remember that guy's name.
Danny Trejo.
Yeah, so he's like he's one of the custodian workers or whatever. But he gave that respect to Michael Myers in there. Remember they knew
and it meant fuck off because he still kills him.
He does, but he doesn't kill him right away. Like he had the respect for him, and he told the other guy to leave his stuff alone.
Well, then he does murder him. But the thing that makes that scene horrifying is like, I was always good to you, Mike, and then he's still murdering him. Just like, you feel so horrible because it's like he was, but that just builds the character of being this nonstop killing machine. So it worked. That's all fucking character building. So
he doesn't care. So one of my favorite movies besides the Rob Zombie remake was I think it was Halloween H2O?
Halloween H2O 20 years later.
It's the one with is that the one with Busta Rhymes in it?
Yes.
Because that was funny. They were trying to do this like they were trying to do this reality show, and my favorite part in there was he was supposed to be dressed up as Michael Myers, and he comes into the house and actual Michael Myers is in front of him and they're dressed the same, and Michael Myers, the actual Michael Myers, looks him up and down like, what the hell is this? Like he doesn't know what to do. He doesn't do anything. He doesn't even kill him. He just looks at him. And Busta Rhymes,
Halloween Resurrection.
Okay. And Michael Myers is looking at him like, what the hell? And then he's like going off on the guy, thinking it's one of his like his employees. Like, what are you doing? What the hell? You're not supposed to be in the same place at the same time. I'm supposed to be Michael Myers. And Michael Myers is just looking at him like really, what the hell? Like, this is me. Like, what are you doing? But it just cracked me up so much. But you had you had Busta Rhymes was in a movie. LL Cool J was in a movie. You had a bunch of people that were in some of these other these sequels. But yeah, one of my favorite Michael Myers movies was the Rob Zombie remake. And like I said, the way he took this character and the story and just the writing and everything was so good. The story development was just awesome, and it just made it to where you could it just made this guy that was just a slasher, but just made him more creepy. The way he walked around and just did things without any feeling whatsoever, and he just kind of had more of a feeling of like, this guy doesn't care about anything.
Well, and I think
anybody.
the brilliance of that movie is like we show him as a kid and you make us feel bad for him and have like empathy for him. And then all of a sudden he's this murdering monster and it's just like you still feel bad for him and you don't want to. So you all of a sudden you give us a connection to the character, even though he's a horrible one. All of a sudden you're so much more invested in that movie.
Right. And I just love the fact that they show, like in the earlier movies, you hear the stories of what happened as a child, who like he killed his stepfather and he like the things that he did. But when you actually see it played out, it just makes it so much more just kind of like, wow. So yeah, Michael Myers, that's definitely my number one iconic Halloween character
of all time. Well played. Who are your favorite iconic horror movie characters? Let us know in the comments down below. But now, to you, Crawler, we have a little game that we like to play. What is it called?
This or That.
This or That. Weapon 2, come back. This is a hard segment, and we don't like doing it. I got 1. How many did you get?
I got 3.
All right, that's enough. Fuck it. He did 6 one time, so we're balancing even in the grand scheme.
I don't know how he does it, but he's great at it. So
mine sucks too. Let's lead with mine. Hopefully you get better. All right. Would you rather? It's also going to be hard because it's not another person, so I'm just fucking talking to you. Would you rather have a flying carpet or a car that could drive underwater?
Let's see, flying carpet or a car that can drive underwater. What?
I mean, flying carpet's the obvious answer.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I feel more protected in a car underwater because it's a car.
Look at all the sweat on the inside of this mask. You can't see this, but this shit is not comfortable.
But see,
I'm putting it back.
A flying carpet, though, I just think that would be
romantic.
I'd feel how.
Would you take me on it? A whole new world?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will show you the world.
Oh,
shining, shimmering, splendid. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, Splendor. What?
Oh,
I didn't say Splenda, not the sugar.
I felt like you said Splenda.
Is that like substitute for sugar?
Motherfucker's bringing half and half on our magic carpet ride.
I'll give you some sugar.
Well,
anyway,
what are you picking?
I'm gonna pick the. I'm gonna go with the car underwater. Nice. Underwater car. Yeah.
All right.
What about you?
I'm picking the flying carpet, dude. I just want to fly.
Yeah, you get shot down.
Probably. All right. Well, fucking. Just because your car can drive underwater doesn't mean it can handle the pressure. So have fun dying.
You know what? You guys gotta. Okay.
Science.
Science, bitches. All right.
All right. What do you got?
So, would you rather have all traffic lights you approach be green, or never have to stand in line ever again?
I would rather take this fucking mask off. Wait, what was the question? I'm sorry, this is really bothering.
Would you rather have all street lights turn green? You never have a red light. All the street lights you come across are green. Or would you rather not ever have to stand in line for anything ever again?
I feel like this is going to have a lot to do with whether you live in a major metropolitan area or not. And we do. Fuck it, green lights. I want the green lights. No, seriously. Driving home from work or like to work, whatever. How good do you feel when you catch every light? Isn't it like this random moment like, oh my God, I caught every light. Today's going to be awesome. And then it's not. But like that moment is really cool.
Those days where you get every red light, you're like, fuck.
Yeah. Like who did I piss off?
Yeah.
Jesus.
But you know what? I would have normally said that, but I'm going to go with never having to stand in line.
What?
Because with the world that we live in now, there's lines for things that there weren't lines for before. Like certain stores you have to be in line to get into. Like it would be nice to not have to stand in those lines. And then I thought about like concerts, football games and stuff. Like I wouldn't want to stand in line for anything. That'd be awesome. I'll deal with red lights if I don't have to stand in line for anything.
No, I feel like either one's a good answer, but I respectfully disagree.
Of course you do. That's okay. All right, so I have another one. So would you rather have skin that changes color based on your emotions, or tattoos that appear all over your body depicting what you did yesterday?
I think we've done this one before.
Have we? I don't remember hearing.
No, I don't think we have. Depicting what you did yesterday?
Yeah.
Oh,
so it would just say what you did yesterday.
I don't like anything about that at all. like
We had
at
a similar
all.
one, like where I think with the thought bubbles, whatever.
Okay, sure. What was option 1?
The option 1 was like your skin changes colors based on your emotions.
Fucking that, dude. Like, what? The other dude, the other one is the worst thing ever.
Right.
Are you kidding me?
You can't erase it. You can't.
No.
You'll have to cover everything. Every portion of your body has to be covered, and then it'll probably be on your forehead.
Well,
like
and
what
I
you
think
did.
a lot of that has to do with like how good of a person you are, and fundamentally, I'm not. So
What?
I'm a great person. No, that's dumb. That's a stupid thing to do.
I kind of figured this was gonna go one way because the emotion, it doesn't. People don't know what color
People
it means.
can-
What like
Well, okay. Well, let's just assume. Okay. Well, if you turn red, what are you?
probably angry,
If you turn yellow, what are you?
scared,
Cowardly, dummy.
scared,
Scared?
cowardly, scared. It's the same thing.
I
right?
guess.
You're
Sure.
coward.
I guess. Okay. Yeah.
Dummy.
Different shades. Ooh, both like. Ooh, that turned right around, didn't it? All right. If you turn green, what is that?
Jealous,
Yeah, envy. Yeah.
Envy,
Okay.
or
yeah.
sick.
Yeah. Blue.
cold, sad.
My point is, you can figure it the fuck out.
You could,
right?
yeah, you could.
But you can also tell about looking at someone's face and
That's
their
true.
expression. So
the tattoo just saying
what
you
I did? No. Nay. Fucking nay.
Yeah, that would be.
Nay.
Know what you did yesterday? It's written on your face.
And your forearm and everywhere. Like, no, not doing that. That's a horrible idea.
Oh, jeez.
God, that could be so funny, though. That could be the funniest thing you've ever encountered.
All right, I got one more. Whew. All right. Would you rather become twice as strong when both of your fingers are stuck in your ears, or crawl twice as fast as you can run?
All right, hey.
Become twice as strong, but only when both of your fingers are in your ears.
Yeah.
All right, so you're twice as strong.
Yeah, I know. I understand the words.
Okay, I'm just trying to like.
Yeah.
Okay.
I get it. Keep telling them, though.
Or crawl twice as fast as you can run.
Okay, well, here's my issue.
That would be some creepy horror movie.
No,
shit.
I'm trying to think of a scenario where, one, I need to be twice my physical strength and not be able to really use my arms. Or when do I need to fucking crawl as like twice as fast as I can run?
Either one of
Which I don't really think I can run that fast anyway. But that would be some creepy shit.
It
Yeah.
would be.
just-
That's the freaking horror movie.
so I mean, if I have a lot of ground
Exorcist.
I need to cover, I guess that one. Or I would just challenge people to races that I know I would probably like not win against in normal circumstances.
Yeah.
And then crawl.
you can challenge people to Rochambeau.
I mean, or he has to say like you're just gonna be Sparta kicking people just left and right because I mean that's all you got your legs. So
Why is he sticking his fingers in his ear?
yeah.
You're about to find out. Boom.
Or you could just go to like the gym and kill it on the leg press.
Yeah, or could you be imagine playing on a football team and trying to be, having to kick a field goal and you put your fingers in your
Well, that crowd noise is really getting to him.
Wow, this field goal kicker doesn't wear a helmet. Why is he putting his fingers in his...
Yeah.
Well,
Holy cow! That was a 120-yard field goal.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
I'm gonna go twice as strong with my fingers in my ears, and I'm just gonna learn how to do the best roundhouse kicks in the world and roundhouse kick people's heads off. That's what I'm gonna go
There
with.
you go. That's a good choice.
Yeah.
I'm going to go the same way because I wouldn't want to
When do you need to crawl that
I
fast?
know. That's just crazy. Like, again, that'd be like some horror movie stuff when you... Yeah.
If you're in like this random scenario when like you're trying to get through a ventilation shaft and like spiders are chasing you, then that would come in handy. But I mean, that hasn't happened to me in a long time.
In a
and
long
so
time. Ever?
ever's a long time, sir. So no, I think I'm gonna go with being super strong.
All right.
All
Sounds
right.
good.
That was This or That. Weapon 2,
Come back.
We're not good at this.
All right.
And we just miss you anyway.
Yeah, we do.
All right. TCZ Lemon Squeezy.
Yeah, that's right.
What do we got going on? We got some stuff going on, don't we? What do we got going on?
What do we got going on? You're talking about the Road to 300?
I might be talking about the Road to
The
300.
subscriptions?
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Trying to get to 300. Trying to, trying to get to 300. We love you guys. We want more subscribers. We're trying to get to 300. Again, with the 300, we'll get to another giveaway. And as we've said before, we've filmed our other giveaways. We fill a box.
We pack that box,
pack a box,
sir.
That's right. And we film us packing that box. And there's a lot of great things that we put in there. We try to make it to the winner. We try to
we pick the winner at random. You let us know what you're into, and we will try to customize the box to the best of our abilities to stuff that you like. Maybe you like The Walking Dead. You'll get some comics and some Funko Pops and that kind of stuff. What maybe you like Daredevil, fucking Batman, whatever you're into, we'll cater the box to you. But you're gonna get a Funko Pop. You're gonna get a TWG logo T-shirt. Currently, there's 2 logos to choose from. Probably by the time we hit 300, there will be a third that Weapon 2 is working on at the moment. Mm-hmm. You will get an original drawing by Weapon 2, which I think might be the coolest part of this entire box. Whatever character you're into, Weapon 2 will draw for you personally. And like I said, we'll just throw lots of other little goodies in there, anything that we can find that we think you might like. We're currently at 230 subscribers. We've actually been climbing up. I don't know if you've noticed, so just little by little over the last month. So we took a dip there, and then we came back. And we thank you guys for the subscriptions, and we just hope to keep climbing up and getting our numbers up there. We do, with the YouTube, we also have a website. And it's www.theworldsgreatestnews.net. You messed that up.
What?
That's not our website. It's http / It is theworldsgreatest.net. That is our website. Yes.
What? I messed it up. Don't do that to me. Gosh, dang it.
Worldsgreatest.net, our one-stop shop for everything TWG. Is that what you were going to say?
That's what I was going to say. Exactly. It has all the links to all our things, the YouTubes, the Instagram, the Facebook. You can listen to our podcast on there. And also everything, like and like you said, the merch, like
it has links to TeePublic and Redbubble. You can find Weapon 2's page on there, which is Stolen Cheese, all one word. Don't do 2 words. You're just gonna find a lot of pictures of dairy theft. That's weird. So Stolen Cheese, all one word. Not only will you find our TWG logo on anything you could think of, you'll also find his original artwork, and I'll put some pictures up. Dude is damn like the most talented person I know.
So good. It's crazy.
God, he's good looking. He's a super talented artist. You have lots of his shirts and like all of his artwork's really cool. Check that out. Links to all that are in the websites, along with every single one of our audio platforms that you can listen to this podcast on.
Yep.
Links to that will also be in the description of this YouTube video in case you want to listen to the audio experience. But the point is, we want you to share this with your friends. Get us out there, because every time we hit another 100 level interval, you are still entered into this contest. That's so it's just more chances for you to win free stuff. And who doesn't like free stuff?
Everybody likes free stuff.
I love free stuff.
I love free stuff.
Free stuff is awesome.
Man. Also, I just wanted to say special thanks and shout out to our Patreons. With our Patreons, you can become a Patreon, and there's 3 different levels of that. With the 3 different levels, whatever you pick or choose, whatever, we're thankful regardless, and that money is going towards things that we want to use for the channel. And you guys have heard it, and we're going to be using it for a green screen because we want to venture out and do different things to keep you guys entertained. And this is what this is all about for us. And we love making people laugh. We love entertaining you guys, and we love the support that you're giving us. So thank you so much for that.
Yeah, seriously. We really appreciate you guys. And you guys are the reason we keep doing this. Take time out of our busy lives and schedules to keep popping these out. And hopefully Weapon 2 will be back next episode 30. He's got some adults and stuff going on. Yeah. And exciting times for that guy. So hopefully he'll be back. I believe he will be.
Yeah.
Look forward to getting the original crew back together.
Yes.
But T-Crawler, I dare say it was a little fun just kicking it with you.
Yeah, it was.
Just doing it. Some old school shit went down.
OG TWG.
We are the founding fathers. We're the only originals left.
That's great.
I mean,
I'm glad we're still doing this.
For real.
Yeah. It's been awesome. I enjoyed it. It was really fun.
By the way, another quick thing to you guys out there. If there's anything you want us to talk about, topics of conversation, if you have any news stories that you stumble across that you want to shoot to us for us to share on the page, if there's movies or TV shows you want us to review, some of our best movie reviews, I think, have actually been suggestions from some of our followers.
We listen, guys.
We do.
We listen to you. We see your suggestions, and you can reach out on basically all those platforms.
Yeah. We're still very accessible. We are not big enough to forget the little people yet, so we are still very very accessible.
We're never gonna forget the little people.
We will never forget the little. I mean, I might, but we will never forget you. Probably.
I won't let them.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can reach out to us on Facebook. There's a way to message us on Facebook. There's even on the website.
You can email us.
Yeah, email us. Even on YouTube, making comments. We get all these notifications. We get these things, and we make sure that we listen and we see what you're suggesting, and we try to have an episode where we talk about these things. So.
Yeah. And also on the YouTube,
please make suggestions.
Yeah, and on the YouTube specifically, if you guys can like the video, if you guys can comment in the comment section and all that, like all that helps our algorithm, which will help us get shown to more people, which will hopefully make our subscriptions go, which means you might get free stuff faster. So
yeah, there you go.
It's the circle of life. That's all how that works. So. But from the bottom of our hearts, thank you. Yeah. This is awesome. We are counting the bonus episode and all that. We're 30 episodes in, and it's kind of ridiculous. I was scrolling through today at all the videos, and I'm just like, holy crap! Like we have done a lot. Yeah. So,
oh man, so it's awesome. It's been fun.
Yeah.
So
no end in sight. See, Crowler, closing thoughts.
I don't have any closing thoughts. It's been great. This was a great episode. I'm just glad I'm able to come back and keep doing this because I had some adulting stuff coming up. So it happens, but
it's gonna happen to all of us.
Yeah. So I love being here, love doing this, and I can't wait till we're all together again. So.
Aww. Right in the feels.
I'm good. All right,
guys. Hey, everybody have a happy Halloween. Be safe out there, yes. But you know what? Throw it back and party it up. And as always, thank you for joining us on this episode of the world's greatest news and reviews. If you've enjoyed, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. Peace.